Somebody basically commented under my video saying how the young people, my generation, is lost. You know, we lack direction. He spoke about how we don't understand family structures, how we lack purpose, we lack patience, and we don't truly do the things that's beneficial for us. You know, we're very distracted, and I can agree with that statement. When you look around, you see a lot of lust, you see a lot of greed, you see a lot of jealousy, you see a lot of laziness, in other words. When it comes to, I'll say, the 18, I'll even go up to about like 27, right? Now, I'm not sure exactly what caused this. A lot of people say it's the phones. A lot of people say it's video games. A lot of people say it's, corn. It could be a lot of different factors, right? But a young man who lacks purpose, who lacks vision, in the simplest form, will always be distracted by whatever you put in front of his face. You can create an addiction to anything. That can be an addiction to money. That can be an addiction to women, drugs, a place. It really doesn't matter. When you don't have something pulling your attention elsewhere, it's going to be very easy for you to get off track. That's why I always tell people, you need to find your passion, figure out what you like doing, what you love doing, what you do effortlessly, what's your true God-given ability, and then exercise your life throughout that ability and try to align yourself with a goal, an objective, or an energy that you're trying to align with. Because all of us are put on this planet to learn, right? This is all a learning experience. So the moment you align yourself with purpose, there's lessons tied to that purpose. Your purpose is when you learn the lessons. Your purpose is in learning. Your purpose isn't necessarily achieving the thing that you see. You see, when we were put here, we were gave a certain perspective. We were gave certain things just passed down to us through ancestors, through environment, through just different things that sculpted the cells within us that we truly don't know. Now, what we all have is a free conscious, right? Now, when you're operating from a free conscious, you have the ability to acknowledge a source outside of yourself. This is when people start bringing in God, right? When you acknowledge you have a free conscious and you are a byproduct of God itself, that automatically means you have the ability of choice. This is where I believe that statement, the chosen, come from. The core root of that word is choice. You have free choice in this world. So whatever you choose to do, it will play out and work in your favor as long as you are willing to learn the lessons attached to what you're asking for. Very, very, very simple. So when you find that thing that you're good at, the thing that you do effortlessly, right? And it could be something so mundane as talking. The thing that you can do so simply. Exercise your life through that craft, through that passion more often. And you will start seeing your focus and your wants and your needs start to shift. If your focus is on women, your wants in life and your needs in life is going to reflect your focus on women. You're going to think you need certain pieces of clothing. You're going to think you need certain amounts of money. You're going to think you need X, Y, and Z. And you're only going to get those things for that objective. But if you took your attention off of them and onto something else, the things that you fathom as a need, the things that you see as a want, automatically shifts as well. It all comes down to intention. Where's your focus at? What are you truly trying to do? Where's your, direction? Once you can set in a direction, everything else starts to fall into play. You start co-creating with the same thing that brought you here, The same thing that brought your lineage here. You meet God halfway. The moment you start meeting God halfway, you start unlocking different miracles. You start unlocking certain levels of faith, certain levels of just consciousness about how you can operate and move in this lifetime, because it's all a learning experience. But we're so susceptible to not only our insecurities, but our self-sabotaging habits and beliefs, that we don't get enough time to fall into flow with what God has already aligned for us. You see, stepping in purpose comes with a certain level of strength, because it's not easy to get to that point. You know, when you're put here on the rawest form, right, as a child, you're free. Usually, if you go back, I don't know if you guys used to write or do anything like that, or have videos, anything saved from a childhood, your childhood version of you kind of already knew what you wanted to do when you grew up. Now, in the process of childhood, you learn things, you gotta, you interacted with your environment. Your society taught you different things, friends taught you different things, teachers taught you different things. Just so many different influences started to somewhat sculpt you further away from the purest form that you were in, which is also the form which typically knows more. You kind of think children are ignorant, but children also have a lot of common sense. If you notice, a lot of children have more common sense than adults. Take it or leave it. Now, when you're trying to step into purpose, you're simply trying to unlearn all the things that's prohibiting you from doing the things that you were always meant to do. That's it. There's certain things in your life that you guys are meant to encounter, meant to do, meant to build, meant to work with, whatever the case may be. But you haven't relearned, untaught yourself, removed. You haven't decluttered the space. And the thing that you want is literally knocking at the door, but the house is full. It can't step in until you empty some stuff out. It's all just a learning process. Like looking at my life now versus where it was just 3-4 years ago, it's very eye-opening. While I can't say I've manifested a lot of material change, while I've manifested an energetic change. Now, when you manifest energetic changes, it scopes your reality. The people you talk to are different. The interactions are different. The messages are different. Your goals are different. The ambition is different. Just the self-confidence is different. When you guys focus on aligning with that energy, y'all know what I'm talking about. And that divine, that divinity within you, to where you just know what's up. You know what you need to do. You know your purpose is. I'm not gonna say nobody can't tell you nothing, but you know yourself, and you're okay with the decisions that you make because you see it, and it's not nothing that nobody can take you off of. When you fall into that energy, that sacred energy of love, of growth, of abundance, of no insecurity, that automatically scopes everything around you. You know, we focus on the wrong things. We try manifesting the money. I would really suggest we try manifesting what that looks like. You guys want money. What is that person who has money, that money that you're talking about? What does his life look like? Does he have a peaceful life? Does he have a very chaotic life because of the money? What does that life look like? Does that life look like a family? Do you have kids? Do you have, loved ones that you can interact with, support, and, just build a tribe around love? Then maybe that's what you need to focus on. You see, we focus on one little bitty portion of purpose, legacy, and life, and limit ourselves from all the other aspects of it. Nobody wants to die alone. Everybody wants to be able to experience some sort of love. So why not shift our attention? How do we love ourselves in order to love other people? Because finding your wife is part of your purpose. I don't know why people think that's not. People think purpose is only financially, career-wise, or a lifestyle. Your daughter, your future daughter, is your purpose. You have to do what you have to do so your kin does not reap your bullshit, in other words. You have to do what you have to do. You have to manifest the energy that you're trying to live. You don't want your children to grow up in a broken household or with chaotic energy, or you want peace and serenity, right? So you need to focus on bringing peace and serenity to you. Don't repeat the mistakes. Don't do things that you know you had the opportunity to prohibit, but you did it. And then when you're in the moment, regret it because you know you got the opportunity to prevent it. Please focus on manifesting the best version of yourself in all facets, not the egotistical version of you, not the one that has the six-pack, oiled up, all diddied up and shit with a whole $1 million. Not that version. I'm talking about the version of you that doesn't second guess, the version of you that doesn't doubt themselves, the version of you that moves with confidence, the version of you that knows how to show love and receive love, the version of you that knows how to communicate openly and freely, the version of you that knows how to pursue the things that you want out of this lifetime. Chase that version of you, and then everything else connected to that version of you will fall into place. Detach yourself from the goal, in other words, and focus on you. And the goals, bro, and anybody who takes risks and goes after their goals knows goals are really nothing, because you always end up hitting them. You continuously switch goals. So your attention shouldn't be on a goal, because once you hit the goal is going to change anyways. Your attention should be big on the best version of you. And those goals, quote unquote, just be little like games, little side quests that's attached to the version of you that you're trying to achieve. That is where your focus should be. And truthfully speaking, that would probably give a lot of people purpose, because immediately you'll start knowing yourself more. Those voices start silencing you, and you can actually hear what's coming from you and what's for you. And then eventually you're going to do what's for you, because now you know. I love y'all.